Okay, so for the next part of the assignment here, if you've made it to the career choice thing and you're going to enter the text box, but you didn't do the Noodle Tools, please go and take care of that. I'll have something up there for Noodle Tools because that has happened earlier today with another student who just signed on at home, saw that the to-do thing was the 3 career path things and totally blew off Noodle Tools. So Noodle Tools is that's going to get us there. So lesson 1, research requirements. I'm going to do this real quick. Really won't be long. Do I even still have it up here? I guess I don't. So if you click on that PDF, this comes up. And for you guys, I'm going to keep this fairly short and to the point, as long as it will come up for me and work for me. I'm trying to do some sort of monologue that, oh, there we go. I don't have to do any more. Our first draft is due April 30th. Our final draft would be May 7th. So that gives you some idea about how long this is going to take. This is a major assignment. It's a test grades worth total 100 points. Your written report must be at least 2 full pages long. That doesn't mean I go into the second page and call it quits. Yes, question. No. The question was, is this what we're doing for the rest of the year? This is what we're doing for the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks is done. I'm wanting to get to one more module right after this. Is going to be quick and short. But I know that the module says module 14. It's really like it's really the 13th week or something like that because we're starting our last 6 weeks. So there are 18 weeks total. 1 week is an exam. We have 17 weeks in our semester. So time is short. But this is going to take us 2 weeks, and we're going to work on this. It must be 2 pages long. Here's the MLA format: double space, typed, paragraph form. That means you have to indent your paragraphs. Font size is 12 Times New Roman. This will be completed on the Google Doc you just created. For those of you who haven't gone back and done that on Noodle Tools yet, you need to go and do it. Go back 2 spaces in the module, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This will be completed on Google Doc, but you add a works cited page as your last page. The works cited page does not count for the length of your paper. I repeat, the works cited page, though part of your paper, does not count for the length of your paper. So I'm expecting you to trail over 2 pages, and maybe even if you have just like a little sentence or two on that 3rd page, that works cited page is going to be your 4th page. So think about it that way. Purpose of this paper, I've already discussed that in an earlier video. You can read what it is here. There's the two requirements. One meets the English and the other meets something that you might actually be interested in as far as your career choice. You can use different sources. I know we'll probably use the internet, but the library, EBSCOhost, databases, the Career Guidance Center, counselors, professors in related areas, people employed in your field of interest. You can do personal interviews. I prefer you don't, because if you go out and do a high school graduate that just got into his career last year for this size paper, it probably will not be appropriate. If you did it for to get some opinion on, hey, what was your process to get into that career so young? And that's additional writing. You probably don't want to do that. So let's just stay away from personal interviews. So just kind of keep that in mind. Here's the last thing. There are some questions I want you to answer in your paper. Things that you think about, things that you should write about. So here's your content right here. Choose a career which you are interested in. Answer the following questions through research about that career. In other words, not your opinion. It has to be research. Describe the career. What does that career entail? Not what you think it entails. Go to the source and tell me what that career what it does. What are the typical job duties? So that is your introduction, basically, right? Tell me about it. And then necessary personal interests, personality types, or skills required for that job. What are the educational requirements? How about certificates, qualifications, preparation, and training? Does the job require that? Earnings, obtain local and national data. Yes.
For the description of the career, if there's multiple different things that career can do.
All right, so the question is, for the description of the career, if there are multiple things that career choice can do, So you're talking about jobs within that career choice. Then I would choose one of those jobs within that career choice, and talk about growth and stuff like that. And I think that will be very helpful. Great question. That was a great question. All right, so earnings. Everybody wants to know about earnings. How much money can you potentially make? But look at this. I've also looked at local and national data. Think about teachers. We make different salaries based on where we live. Teachers do. And other people do the same thing. All right, employment outlook, the number of workers versus the number of jobs actually available. If you decide that you want to go in this career and you're like the 2 millionth and 30th person and there are only 100,000 jobs available, how successful do you think will you think you'll be in that career? I mean, so think about that. That maybe you might choose another career. If you're thinking about music, I would make it more of a hobby. If you're thinking about video, I would make it more of a hobby, keep that dream alive and work towards it, but you got to have that backup plan there. All right. So what are some advantages or disadvantages of working in the career? How about related occupations? So there's a ton of stuff that you can actually write about. What interesting facts have you discovered in your research? Discuss why this is closing it out. Discuss why this career would or would not be a good prospect for you. Explain what you have concluded and why. And honestly, this is a lot more than 2 pages, but I think you can answer all this and successfully do this paper in 2 pages, plus the works cited page. I really do. So that's it. Make sure that you list those 3 career choice things, and we are going to concentrate on research and putting our stuff together. Tomorrow, I'll talk about filling out your note cards, but right now, make sure you're documenting the sources you're going through as you're looking at your career choices right now. So go ahead and start that research.